Why is it dark in here? There we go. Alright. Live-ish in the dead of night. Let's see what we can come up with for tonight. Geez, is there anyone even here? I probably kind of left this a little bit delayed, or should rather say I didn't have enough of a delay for putting out the live stream. Notification, just got to fix this up. Sorry folks, there we go. There's a little off skew there. Hey Ashes, Gustavo, Neo, Moles, hey Gear, Neo, Gary, hey Gary Field, Mr. Bodger. Alright, so this actually has come in. They just wanted to actually get the data off, and because I said it's dead, and I thought, well, you know what, I can obviously get the data off by pulling the drive, but what is actually wrong with it? So this is not going to be charged to them as such. It's just a case of I'm kind of curious as to what's causing this problem. So maybe insufficient hot glue in it or something, I don't know. At the moment, as you can see, it is plugged in, and we are showing... Where's my... Yeah, we're showing 30 milliamps. Yeah, it's nothing much at all, really. And then if I hit the power button, the lights up here to indicate it's trying to start do flash up for an instant, and you can see the spike there. We get a, what is that, 700 milliamp spike. So yeah, we'll call it 1 amp because it could be alias, yeah, not quite picking it up at the peak. So yeah, 830, whatever. So I don't know, what's your thoughts, theories and thoughts? I'm going to go with there's possibly a shorted cap on the board in one of the lower rails somewhere. It could be something maybe like a bad battery even holding it down, so we'll start pulling this apart and see what we got. It looks like David's come in with an opinion already. So let's get this battery out and see if that changes the behavior. At least this has got the nice easy to remove 15, 14 easy to remove panels for battery, and I wish they made laptops like this still. Okay, still the same behavior. Alright. I mean, really, it's like, it's a great way of doing them. The battery can be detached straight away. RAM and disk can be accessed. Wow, let's have some serious chewing on it. Hey, B-Blood. It's just so easy. You forget how difficult things really are these days until you have to work on one of these older machines and you're like, wow, I don't have to spend half an hour pulling something apart. Of course, 1 terabyte drives, that's going to be fun. Hopefully it does not have a fault in it. I don't expect anything to change on the charge current, but let's just plug it in anyway. Yeah, pretty much the same thing. That was entirely expected. Oh yeah, but another MOS cap. Good on ya. Everybody going for the MOS cap option. Antonio. Alright. I will say though that some of these ASUS laptops drove me insane because they would have multi-layer sandwich boards on top of boards, and it was just like, why did you do that? You know, there was no single main board. Instead it was this carrier board with a CPU on it, and then a squillion stupid little daughter boards, all with obscure flexes, and it was like working on, like, I think it's Nintendo DS Lite or something like that, where it just takes forever to get into them and put them back together. Right. Oh, are you a fake? No, you look legit. Oh no. No, it is legit. Where's the... Or is it just a friction one? Could be just a friction one. Not a big fan of the friction ones. Or, let's see. I think I might be able to actually... I think I can take the bottom off, yeah. Or is this going to be a through the top one? Nope, definitely not through a top one. The keyboard is integral to the top. Hey Pedro. Yeah, certainly compared to MacBooks, these things are woeful. Now I can't work out, I don't know whether this is a top lift or a bath, sorry, if it's a bathtub unit. It's a top lift. Okay. Alright, so we basically have to get in here, detach everything before we can take the top off. I mean, we probably actually could slide it off. Yeah, there we go. Certainly not the worst. And yeah, see the drivers internally set up. Well, I say we just take the whole thing out. Just trying to work out how the main board is connected to the fan. Okay, looks like fan wants to come up. So it's speakers. Ugh, DC jack separate. Oh, that's annoying. What's got me here is, where is the display connection coming in? I mean, I can see it here. Oh, there it is. I just completely missed that for some reason. Maybe because I wasn't looking. Wow, there isn't even a lock bar on that. That makes it a little bit tricky to separate it from the board. There we go. Safely, that is. Yeah, that was it. Sony BDP CX7000. What is that? Is that a turntable or CD player? Yeah, the dev palm, just so you slip in there. you are quite observant that is indeed not a MacBook. Alright, so popping up and then dropping away very quickly. Could be anything from a bad cap on a rail down a bit lower, or it could be a bad EC. Let's have a look under the microscope, see if we see anything. Hello there, Raj. So we've got any theories yet? Why is my microscope not showing anything? Give it a reboot. Hey there, Microsoft Blind. So you're hanging around wherever the other blind is. It shuts down very quickly. So yeah, like so I hate these plastic overlays. They're very annoying. They get in the way of everything. I know it's their way of trying to protect against liquid damage or whatever, but it's like, really? How many times has it actually saved it? There's our beloved EC. And you just end up with all this muck all over the board. Let's see if I can gently lift it off. Yeah. Except from the customer's perspective, they're not interested in the computer at all. They just want their data off that drive. Okay. And Messiah? Okay. Oh, wow. What are the chances? What are the chances that I would happen to Oh my goodness. That's a fluke. That is an absolute fluke. I had no idea. What are the chances that I just happen to observe, put the microscope in this spot where there's corrosion? That is freakishly freakish. Flukes have computers too, Don't be so computer-centric. That would crack me up if that is actually the fault. I have a feeling, looking at what I could see there, I'm thinking the traces have been chewed out. So we're going to have to take the CPU shield because, yeah, you can see the traces. They've definitely been chewed out there. Look at that. When I start getting the blade onto that, it's just going to go down to the circuit board. The big problem is going to be, what is that cap? Sorry, no, it's not even a cap. Well, what is that resistor? That's going to be the fun part. Mind you, the 550 series, there should be board views and schematics for this. Yeah, that trace is already gone. This is a X550LD revision 2. I'm almost certain I've got that already somewhere. X550LD revision 2, in case anybody's playing along. Pink dots indicate that I have been here. I just put them on there, you idiots. Or maybe you're mocking me because of that. Yeah, I did it. I thought you were being silly, but no, that's my handiwork. See, I've got my pink marking pen, and it's just a quick way for me to be able to mark on the board where I've already been and found issues, so that I can come back later. Sorry, I'm just adjusting this again. There we go. Yes, the spinning rust flung off onto the main board. Let's see. In a way, the nice thing is, if I can actually get this to work, then I can give it back to the people and say, hey, your machine works, and then they can back the data up off the spinning rust. So I don't have to, because I actually don't really enjoy that much of doing that. Yeah, it's just not my thing. I do it, but I prefer it if other people back up their own data so that they know what they've got and they can go, oh yes, I've got everything that I was looking for. Whereas too many times you'll back up what you think is meant to be backed up, and then 2 weeks later they message you and say, hey, I'm looking for this particular set of files and I can't find them anywhere, and so you got to go back through the whole process again, and you're not going to get paid again for it. It looks like the paste could have done with a rework anyway. Now, getting this plate off sometimes is easy, sometimes it's not easy. We're going to find out which one it is any second. Okay, this has got adhesive on it. I can already feel that. The backup battery, even if the backup battery was faulty, it should at least probably charge at something more than 12 milliamps. Wood chisel. That would work. Or a bolster, like I was using in my video that I put out today, cutting blocks. What's this? I should have at it. What? Right, I see it's my own file, my own request on bad caps. That's why I felt like I already must have had it. Yeah, 12 milliamps, just a little bit too low. Do not tell me that they have actually... No, they haven't. Thank God. I was going to say, I thought they had literally soldered these in. They haven't. But I've got to be careful because it still needs more heat. Actually, you know what? Maybe a bit of ethanol might do the trick. Fun part's when you slip and ruin everything again. Now before you freak out, I'm just using this to lift and separate. Just make sure we don't damage those balanced lines. Really? It's only 230, so it's I mean, no risk of overheating things. It's mostly the adhesive more than anything else that's holding it back. There we go. It wasn't a crack, that was the adhesive just tearing apart, not the board. It was more like Velcro departure. Okay. Oh yeah, that's some messed up traces there. Fortunately, they're not extremely timing sensitive ones. No, they're not intact. Not really. There's definitely a few sections where it's open circuit there. So we go from, say, here. Okay, so continuity there. See, we don't up here. This area here, goes down to the board. No continuity there either, because that area there goes down to the board. This here is also going to be another area. Why is the board corroding? I would say possibly a bug. At some point, we've all seen it. This one actually looks like it might still be intact. There's a bit of a hole developing in the middle there. Unless that's just more corrosion, is that? Could be just more corrosion. No, that's a hole. Oops. Yep, that's a hole. The only thing that's unnerving me here is that I can't understand why this area would cause the problems that we're experiencing. But then again, who knows? Okay, I'm just going to clean up some of this. This is when your dentist says, perfectly normal to hear noises like this, perfectly normal. Meanwhile, you're wondering if you're scraping to the back of your brain or something. Oh dear God, not a fiberglass pencil. Dear God, no. Hell no. Those things are banned from this workshop. They're fine for industrial scale type things, maybe. But for this sort of work, no. The fibers just break off, get everywhere, and they're surprisingly coarse, even with the finest ones. Death bomb, you're a heathen, go away. What do you use them on? Battery terminals in a car? I can't stand them. I really cannot stand them, never have. I got them because I thought that I was being unduly prejudiced, and I thought, you know, I should rise up above being prejudiced. And I did, and I got rewarded with horrible, nasty outcomes. So yeah, not for me. Great if other people use them, that's fantastic, but not for me. I do have I've got these as an alternative, like this sort of wire brush there, and then hog bristle. This is hog bristle. So, you know, I can use that as an alternative, but I find I'm fine with just scraping away with the knife. I have enough years of experience with handling those knife tips that I'm comfortable enough with them. Okay, that resistor might actually be okay. But yeah, we're going to have to lay down some traces. John, it was certainly more than one bad experience, I can tell you now. It's just that I posted a video about one. But it was more than one. This trace here was looking suspicious too. And rightly so. Yeah, sometimes I guess, you know, everybody has their choice of tools, and some tools people just don't get along with some people. Like in the programming world, I don't get along with Perl, or Python for that matter. Alright, that looks, I don't know, what is that, 0.1? What is that, 4th hour traces, or is it 8th hour traces? What do you reckon? 4s or 8s? Guess we'll find out anyway. Horses for courses, indeed. Yes. I mean, this is certainly not iPhone level or anything like that. That is the nice thing sometimes working on, you know, PC laptops like this, is the stuff is just so big. Yeah, that's a pretty good match. Nice thing is I don't have to break the there's no, what do you call it, insulation on it. They're just individual strands out of some high flex, high power silicon wire back from my model aircraft days. The nice thing is it's really cheap, but you have, you know, hundreds of these strands in a piece of wire, so you buy 1 meter of the wire and it pretty much sets you up for life. Now these traces are also fine enough that I probably can actually get away with using my micro pencil. Yeah, it's not perfect. But it will do. Hey Retro, how you going? While I'm doing this, I've got a bit of a question. I have got a bunch of A1466 boards and I'm planning on just trying to sorry, just bear with me a second here. I sort of want to revitalize some A1466s, maybe even 1502s, and give them away. But one of the problems is that being in Australia, I don't really want to pay postage for a heavy laptop to go out of the country. The other thing is, I don't know what sort of name to use for the video series. I'm sort of like fix for free or so, I don't know, I can't think of anything. Oh my goodness. Jeez. It's morning after university pledge. Yuck. David, no, complete machines. I'm going to see if I've got enough lying around. See, the thing is, I've got so many old chassis here that are just filling up the boxes. And so I thought I might try and see if I can, you know, conjure together something for people. Highly inappropriate levels of flux that was. Okay, what's going on there? Okay, we have to look under that more. Notice how it's bleeding out. We've got board blood coming out there, so we're going to have to look at that and see what's going on there. I wasn't expecting it under the pad. Kitty MacBooks. No, that sounds wrong. I don't know. It's a bit like, you know how Joey Does Tech has his fix or fail or whatever it is. So I was kind of thinking about fix to something, but if you say fix to give away, it doesn't really sort of flow so nicely. Okay, yeah, that test pad is a goner, so we actually have to route out to this resistor here. Fix and give. There you go, JCT. That's a good one. Fix and give. I like that. We're just blobbing that because, hey, why not? Fix and give. I like that. Still bleeding a bit there, though. I might have to take that away for a moment. Free of fixed, yeah. Good options coming out here. I'm liking it. Mrs. need a new MacBook. Hers a 20. Wow, yeah. Now you see, if you were over here in Australia, that'd be fine. But I'm not shipping a MacBook over to the UK. I would, but I'm not going to. That test pad's almost useless there. Fix and give plus kittens, no. Makes people think, oh, we're going to get a free kitten with that? It's like, hell no. And I believe I might have lost my stream. Bodger, it'd be cheaper for you to... I can guarantee you will find a machine cheaper than what the freight cost will be. Send them to the coder. Oh, that's a way to make an enemy out of the coder. Frickin' hairs from the what do you call it? Earbuds. How about perfect fix and give? Yeah, there's almost never going to be... What the... Something dropped on the floor, I have no idea what. Yeah, there's almost no chance of cute kittens appearing in the videos, I'm afraid. Botch and give. See, I like that kind of term too, botch and give, but then botch kind of means bug it up. But I kind of want to put in the fact that it's fixed. Oh my god, Paul, that was terrible. Yes. Okay, that's better. Whew. Almost fixed and thrown. That's like a novel, that title. It's legit. Yeah, almost fixed though. Yeah, I'll almost fix them, and then I'll get sick of it and I'll say, hey, anyone want this almost fixed machine? I just realised we've got a blob across the that test pad section. Don't pick at it. Oh, where the hell did that go? So the only trouble with these wires, even though these are pretty big, these wires, they're still small enough for me to lose them once I let go. Repair and redistribute. Repair and... I think the real stick point is the word to give away. Yeah, what word to use to say it's going to be given to someone, donated, contributed, something like that. There's too many syllables. Syllables confuse people. I'm just going to temporarily put this on just so that we can actually test it. But I'm not willing to power it up without the heatsink. Fair repair. Fix and gift. Yeah, fix and gift is kind of where I was heading. It might have to be where it sits. Send and fixed. Nice thing, at least with all the sort of ideas throwing in, is that a magical, like, epiphany moment might occur. Perfectly repaired and given. Fixed and gifted. Fixed and gifted, now we're getting there. Oh, thank you, Joseph King. Thank you. I always forget to self-promote this sort of stuff. What about gift to fix? Gift to fix. But then it sounds like someone's given you the machine, you fix it, and then you don't charge them for it, if you know what I mean. Didn't like the sound of that. Unfortunately, this particular ASUS does not have an integrated board jack for the power, which is annoying. I like it when they have their jacks on the logic board because it makes it easier to test and fix it forward, fix and forward, fix and forward. Yeah, I like it when they have the jack on the board because it means I don't have to tie the board back up to the chassis to test it. Right, we do at least have a USB port there. Fix and forward. Fix and gifted. kind of like trash to treasure, or trash to... and I don't even know who I'm going to be giving this out to. Like, you know, who do I donate them to, so to speak? Hey, Minitum. Alright, anyway, let's see if this does anything different now. Still the same bollocks. I wonder if where's the power button on this thing? Part of the damn keyboard. Ach, nee man, you're part of the... Yeah, it's one of these ones where they've got the little fancy pain in the ass flex on them. Now there probably is a... what do you call it? A button for it. You think I'm going to go look for that? No. Still, I'm just going to bend the chassis and hope that doesn't bite me in the ass. I hate flexes that do this, where they'll get snagged under the board just because. Okay, shark's teeth are engaged. Max for free. Well, you know, as terribly misguiding as that sounds, it's probably the best title, I gotta admit. You know, completely and utterly ignores what we're trying to do, but it does sell the video. I hate to say it. Alright, so let's see. 17 power button. Hey, it's staying on. Hey! We got a BIOS boot. Woohoo! We fixed it. That's not coming up because there's no cable connected there. Alright, that was it. Nice. Now I can charge them $600 for that. Just tell them, oh, look, I was going to just copy the data off or whatever, but now I'm going to charge you $600. Oh, interesting thing, you know how I've been saying that another phone store has opened up in town? Well, a phone store, because I'm not really a phone... You know, I don't sell accessories really, and I don't sell phones or anything like that. I just fix the screens and whatever. But the thing is, they have the overlap of also fixing screens, so we have a bit of a competition there. Anyway, I did message them when they first arrived and said, hey, look, you know, if you need micro soldering services, then I'm around. And they just said, thank you, and I couldn't tell whether that was a thank you, get fucked or what, you know, but it was polite nonetheless. Anyway, someone went in today and got an iPhone 12 Pro Max screen replaced, and then on replacing that, they've realized that it's not picking up the SIM. And in all honesty, what is going on there? Why are those pins bent? I must have snagged that. Wow, I really must have snagged that. That's really bad. Yeah, that's atrociously bad. I must have... Because it's just like cut through the... Yeah. I mean, we can... Yuck. What? That makes no sense to me. Anyway, so... Yeah, and I get a call today from a person. He says, oh, I just got my 12 Pro Max fixed and it doesn't pick up the SIM anymore, and it was a pretty bad smash. Is this even part of this one? But I gotta admit, in all honesty, that's not unusual for the 12 series. You have a bad smash and you pretty much ruin the sandwich. Just like I'm ruining this right now. Okay. They seem... There. No. Hello there, Manikatan. Yeah, currently working on a 12 Pro Max with passport. Yeah, I see. And it's been I mean, on the one hand, I'm actually really quite happy that they did. Far out. That just snapped off. Wonder if I've got another one of these lying around. That said, the flex probably still will work because it locks in and the tab pushes it down. But that's a bit annoying. I can't believe I did that. I'm actually kind of quite upset at myself about that because I'm not even sure how I did it. Looks like I'm going to have to take the CPU off because I need to cover all this in UV cure. Not the CPU, the heatsink. But yeah, with a 12 Pro Max, and if it's like can't pick up the SIM and things like that, it's most likely a crack in the sandwich, and it's really not something that I'm going to fix. My advice to people when they have a 12 series that has symptoms of a cracked sandwich is just back up your data, accept your loss, get another phone. Yeah, at least you can access the phone, so you should be thankful for that, and take the opportunity now to... I mean, you had to get the screen replaced anyway. There's no other way you're going to do your backup. So yeah, back it up, move to a new phone, because I don't see too many people having long-term success with fixing cracked 12 sandwiches. I mean, I could be wrong, but it just seems to me that a cracked 12 sandwich tends to be one of those faults where it sort of says, well, you know what, pretty much everything else is going to be stuffed up in here, so maybe don't overly invest. So you might fix up the SIM and then you find that the Wi-Fi doesn't work. Minitam, I'm referring to the interconnect pads. Like there's the top board and the bottom board, and then there's this filler board, or a little sandwich board as we call it, or the whole thing is a sandwich. I think it's called an interposer. And it's just got little like BGA type pads, but with no actual ball, but they're just the little circle pads. And so when the phone gets dropped, the sandwich, the mass of the sandwich and things like that, it's like it shears slightly and it will rip those pads off. And the worst thing is that all of them pretty much are vias under the pad, so you don't have a via leading into the pad. Instead it comes up through the interposer or up through the main board, and so you lose the pad and you've got to rebuild it just on the top of the little base, the little via stalks, and it's like a major pain in the backside. So you really only want to do that if you need the data and you don't have any other way of accessing it. You do lots, 80% of cracked layers. Okay. What's the long term? Hey there, Jason. What's the long term longevity on the 12 series of cracked layers? Because basically, I've only ever been suggesting repairs if it's for the sake of getting data. I never do it or suggest it for ongoing use. 6 months warranty? Wow, okay. I should send it to you then. It's more than I would give it. But you know, you're obviously probably, because of your experience, you'll have more confidence in your work. They rarely come back. Well, that's good. I don't have that confidence. I gotta ask, since you're here, what is your preferred brand and model of heating separator? Because I'm looking at getting a full set, and there's several different brands and models, and I'm really not sure which to pick, in all honesty. Like, I've got one already for the 10, 10S and all that sort of series, but I thought I'd just do a revamp and get the whole set, like right up to I think the 14 Pro Max now, just so that I've got it on hand. You're using iRepair MS1. They have good plates for all models. Okay. iRepair MS1. I'll try remember that. I just realised there's a little bit more corrosion there I didn't pick up. And we're going to UV cure this. Jason, where have you been lately? Other than me joking the other night about the fact that you're going to be off to Japan tomorrow. The reason why the board looks so corroded is because, yeah, it was just in this one area. And like I said, I'm guessing probably a bug got in here, like a creature. And it either died or it peed. Just the one to the right. I'm not seeing any other traces with issues. Far out. Do not need my flux doing that. Oh, are you talking about this one? It's fine. Or are you talking about this one? It's also fine. I've already resolved that issue. I'm leaving it deliberately big blobbed there. Been developing electric mountain bike brand. Oh, cool, cool. Yeah, I'd drop the Max and go for the mountain bikes, definitely. That's a far smarter business choice. Far, far, far smarter. Good job. Yeah, MacBook repairs can suck it. I mean, I'm obviously still doing them, but I'm still going to say that they can suck it. Oh, my legs, my goodness. Joseph King, he'll only tell you that if you're part of his OnlyFans. That's the special edition where he gets to taste it. Tasting costs more. Especially after last night's board. Hey there, Q's. How's everything going with the light and the meter for you? Jason, I just realised I haven't sent you a light either. Sorry, do you still need one, or don't worry about it? And a meter, I mean. Sounds to me like you're going to be pretty busy with your mountain bike stuff. Oh, that was not supposed to drip there. You can have any colour really for your coating. I just happen to choose blue. I like blue because it's not too glaring on the board, but it does quickly let you know that, you know, something's there. Pink and blue. Good point. Blue seems to cure a lot better. Interesting. I wonder if that's because of the spectrum response with the UV or the amount of absorption. Fixed for gifting. Kim Wells comes in with a late offering. Fixed for gift. Fixed for gifting. How about MacBooks fixed for gifting? Oh, we're already done. Good. Got a lot of things to think about there. Okay. Yep, that's nicely cured. Good job. Very nice. I guess we better redo the solder paste. No, we better redo the thermal paste. To be fair, this one here was just a pad, but it's kind of like, it was one of those pads where the paste is just such a high viscosity that they can cut it to shape and then it squeezes over it. I should be really aggressive and knock some of those caps and resistors off. Oh cool, you emailed me about the bikes. Oh, that's very thick. that latch just came off again. It's not me. I think what's happening is it got snared on the silicon pad and then flicked off, because I didn't do anything with that and it's already come off again. So I think it just got snared on this silicon pad. That's annoying. Because now I've probably broken it even more. Yep, it's going to be generic white paste time. It's the right paste. Ceramic too. And we should just get it nice and judicious because we're going to squeeze it out anyway. Yeah, there we go. A PCH, I swear, needs more protection than the CPU. It's way too much paste, but it's okay. Well, forgot to stick the spreader on. Random crap flying off everywhere. Hey, stop that. Mini Tum is just ceramic too. It's a pretty generic paste. I like it. It produces 99% of what I need, particularly if you use it properly. Basically, if you can squeeze 90% of it out and get it under a kind of like a vacuum lock, then you're pretty much going to be good. Okay. It's certainly going to be better than what was in there. Just double check. Yep. Okay, see that had sort of half a tone in it. Okay, that's good. And we can see our fix. That's right, we've got to do that damned latch. Can't believe that latch came out again. Going to be real strife if this doesn't go back in. We're probably going to have to captain tape once we put the latch down, we're going to put some captain tape on it. Torque to 5 foot-pound. What, 50 newtons. Oh, come on, Miles, give me a chance. I'll get to the snot of hot. You have to be so careful with these because you just push it a little bit too far and it's all over. Alright, so it looks like we're Yeah, see, we lost the next notch there, so that may become an issue. There's a little bit of plastic in there that may become an issue, but we'll see. We'll see. We just have to be careful. Soren's last video was. You talking to? Was it the last one or the one that he did the injection on, or are you talking about actual hot snot situation that I haven't seen yet? Oh, come on, ASUS, why you do this bullshit? I mean, this naughtiness. There's a speaker connected down here, and I'm just trying to find it. There it is. No, I can't remember whether the Wi-Fi went over or under the power cable. Well, commit to one and see what happens. And that should actually be up that way, I think. ASUS Backwood is just sort of. Okay, I think those Wi-Fi cables might have routed around this post. You suck, ASUS. Oh, David, believe me, I have a long history with ASUS laptops. Like I said, I'm not in any way, shape, or form thinking otherwise. If it seemed like I was giving any kind of glowing happiness towards these ASUS laptops, our little fuckers are just slightly longer. Of course they are. It's simply because of the fact, compared to the other ASUS laptops that I've had to deal with, the ones that I normally deal with in the past, this one is an absolute darling of a board. Absolute darling. Funnily enough, though, I mean, ASUS, when it did come out, really was decent stuff, but then just over time degraded into crap. I knew that was snagged. Filthy Wi-Fi cable. I just realised we've got the plastic barrier to put over it. What makes it difficult? What makes a good brand? Well, I mean, there's no denying that things like my favorite kind of laptops, things like the MacBook Air 1466, the 2337 is pretty good as well. Yeah, that kind of design I like. It's very straightforward. I guess simple people like myself. But I do feel like the MacBook Air A1466 was kind of like one of the best kind of designs that we've had the pleasure of working on. And I wish more machines were like that. Okay. Things like the 2442s and all the Pro, Mac Pro, M series, M1 Pro, M2 Pro, all that sort of stuff. Terrible. The fact that you have this massive flexes that all have to be tied back before you can drop the board here, it's just really poor. And like I said, it is the thing that made me decide that I was happier for sure when we just had USB-C ports only, because the Mac Pros with the SD reader, the HDMI, MagSafe 3 and all they really are just USB-C ports, and then with an adapter and then with another cable connect. It's a nightmare. It's complicated, makes everything, it's just better not to have that stuff, particularly in this day and age, because now you just go straight from USB-C to video. I'm kind of surprised that Apple even relented on that. Normally they don't relent on that kind of popularity type thing, and yet they did this time, and I think they did it wrong in retrospect. 1502s, yeah. I think so long as Apple stayed away from the accelerated GPU situation, they did pretty good. Yeah, if they stuck with just the Intel internal GPU, they were... they had a bit of a shitty outcome. Not entirely their fault with the AMD GPUs. Say like on the 820 was it? 2815? Whatever. Anyway. Is this ready to go back together? I've got a hell of a lot of screws here. I'm not convinced. Then again, there were a lot of screws in the bottom of it, so yeah, maybe it is good. I think it's good to go. Worst Mac, the ones, you're talking about the A1708. That was basically the only one with the USB-C soldered in, and yes. And it doesn't help that it's also suffering now failing CPUs on that model. The worst overall Mac, I would say, is probably the A1534. It was horrible to get open, horrible reliability. It was just like it made the 1425 feel like a lovely experience, and that takes some doing. $14.25 is like they just ran around the engineering workshop and said, we need something new. What random parts you guys got that you can spare? It was that bad. I just got to put the Captain tape down on that FPC connector. Yeah, the 12-inch MacBook's god awful. Yeah, I think I think when Apple first did come out with the fact, the whole soldered on RAM situation, all that, I think it was maybe ill-timed. I don't know, but I can definitely see the value in it. Solid state drives, not so much. As in, soldered in solid state drives. Oh, you lousy little. Okay, we've got a real problem with this. That FPC connector that keeps breaking away. It's not holding at all. See, it just fell right off again. What's going on? What am I missing here? What's confusing me is that it's difficult to reinsert, but seems to be extremely easy to remove. I could tolerate a bit more of the soldered in SSD situation if we did have the ability to store the keys off-site, so to speak. Yeah, for whatever reason, this is just letting go the instant that I look funny at it. Great, now I've got a tainted piece of false Captain tape. The 1286, that's what I was thinking of, yeah. So what I've done here is to try and make the Captain tape act as a little bit of a hinge as well. Yep, crappy. It's not even Captain tape, it's just yellow tape. I bought it because I was curious. I knew where I was getting it from was dubious, but I was curious nonetheless. And it was interesting that it turns out to basically be identical to the other stuff that I got. guess we'll see how this goes. Hey, Danny Brooks. Miles, that's a very interesting description you gave there. A comparison, I should rather say. Okay. For the love of God, go in. You pain in the dark side. It's like it doesn't even lock it. What is it for? It's for the trackpad, by the way. Yeah, the cable just swivels around freely. It doesn't really feel like it's a convincing lock, which is not good. I guess we'll see how we go. Famous words. I may end up having to just take the whole assembly out and reworking, putting a whole new FPC connector on that. I think they're only like an 8-way 1mm or something like that. I feel like there's way too many screws there. I'm almost certain that I've... So, where are they from? Do a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. Yeah, we've got a couple short. Where are these two longies? Okay, oh, they're for those 2 points. But we've got too many of these ones. And those ones look long. Oh God. Four, 8, 10, 12. There's no way there's 12 holes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're 2 down. We're 2 missing. Spares. Yeah. So we're cranking it open again. Okay, so where did I miss the 2 screws? Was it the fan? Did I put the fan ones in? Almost certain I did. 2 fan screws. Damn it, I did forget. Let's have a look at this FPC connector. No, Pedro has my containers. I was the one that found the containers. Pedro just stole them. Okay, so this is an 8. Yeah, this is an 8-way. I'm pretty sure it's a 1mm. I'm just going to have to replace it. I can't stand this. Let's see. FPC. Big box full of air, this one. No, you're 6-way? You're kidding me, man. Dude, you're totally wrong. Damn it, 6-way? Guess who probably doesn't have an 8-way? What are you guys? 4 position. Oh, what? Why have it? What? How is it that I have a 4 and a 6, but no 8s? Alright, I'm gonna find some. Well, we can say, what else have I got? I may have other sources here. Long lost fabled sources that have Samsung container. Headers. Can't imagine being my headers. Or connectors. Usually I put all my FPC stuff into the one box. Usually. Otherwise, like I said, we can just probably find another main board that has what we're looking for. Stick with the blue tack, that's a good idea. Oh, we're missing the opportunity. This is hot snot territory. Miles, get your pants on because we're going with some hot glue. Oh man, some seriously historic old crap in here. But you know, as soon as I throw it out, it's gonna be like, oh, we needed that. But I don't think pretty sure I already went through this in the past. There. Okay, so not that one. Try the next one. No, I think it's going to be easier for me to take a latch from another logic board. This would have been nice to have fresh connectors. Off, please. No, you're not going to be, are you? 6th position. What kind of sick joke is this? Anyway, you should be in the FPC box. FPC box. Ugh. Yep. I've been looking for you. Because I'm going to now forget that 240 volt adapter, the right angle adapter, was in there until next time. Alright, time to bring out the other boards. Who knows, I've probably got another 550 in there. Holy shit, it's 12:30. Well and truly overrun here, that's not good. 4-way, too many way. No good. It's okay, we've got plenty more options. This is probably not going to have anything, this is too old. Yeah, see, everything's 1.25 mil. That looks like a 10-way. Well, it could be an 8-way. Yeah, Q's would be quite something. Let's see, what are you? Yeah, no, it's a 10-way. Oh, this is an 8-way. Okay, that might work. You'll say we'll give it a go. I'm pretty sure that's the right pitch. Just having a quick look at some other boards, just in case there's like a better looking one. The other thing you got to watch out for is, are they top contact or bottom contact? This is a nicer looking 8-way, but the pad setup is different. Like, it's a concealed ground mount. It's underneath it, so it's not going to be as useful. Whereas this one, see the mount, to be fair, that mount may actually be a problem because it's further back, whereas the other one is on the side. So yeah, we're going to have to keep looking. Use the bidet, maybe. I was kind of hoping I might be able to try and actually replace it in while it was mounted, but that's probably asking for trouble. Because then we'll go from just simply having a bad FPC connected to a bad day. I've got no problem lifting these connectors off the boards. That's definitely not an issue. I do it all the time without them being damaged. It's just a case of patience. I'm just shocked at how few 8-way connectors I'm finding. Oh, this is the same one. I've got 2 of these boards. I think they came from Jason. Oh, here's an 8-way. Looks like the same type as the other one almost. What about you? You 8-way? No, you're a 10-way. The top versus bottom contact, yeah, it really depends. Like with the FPC, you'll notice on the flexes, they usually only have exposed pins on one side. So some of these connectors, not all, but some of them, when you put the flex in, like if there was, say, only the bottom row of teeth there, and your flex had contacts that were on the top side of the flex, then obviously there wouldn't be any contact. Whereas this one here, it will take it either way, so that's fine. But it is something you have to look out for when you're picking parts. Yeah, it's easy to happen too, Miles. So easy to happen. Probably not quite running enough temperature on this, but we'll see how we go. So really need less airflow. Less airflow, more heat. Nope. Did you see that? You see how it fuzzed up there? So you know when you've got a little bit too much going on there. Ah. It's not helping is that I'm feeling tired, I'm impatient. I probably should actually do this tomorrow. And I'm somewhat grumpy the fact that I had 6 and 4 ways and 10 ways, but no flipping 8 ways. It was just like annoying me. You're fuzzing it, Paul, you're fuzzing it. Shit. Get in.
No, he jumped in and one of the twins
Mm.
jumped up.
Alright.
Weird.
Oh, okay. I was worried that it was an actual.
Then a micro went in.
Mm.
Yeah, that. I was actually just.
Yeah, I'll close it too far. We're actually going to cancel it for tonight. I've pushed it a bit too far. I've got to go out there and sort things out. Anyway, we'll deal with this tomorrow or whatever. But anyway, I'll leave it at that. I've got to go. Thanks for watching. See you all next time.